Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Global Exclusive Podcast. Many of you were expecting better, more funny hosts than me and Dream. Hey, Dream.
Hi.
Unfortunately, we're all that you have, motherfuckers, so sit down and listen. So, Dream, what do we have this week?
We have an interesting double feature. Not quite sure the connection here, but we've got old FF8 and Knights of Grandshelt together.
Yeah, somebody explained this to me that there was like a reason because I think it was Sinzar. He said something about since JP always rolls over on the first of the month, but the return event was like 5 weeks, they had
Mm,
this awkward thing where, the
yeah, because
return.
they
Yeah,
JP kind of does like theme months a little bit,
yeah,
and Knights of Grandshelt also had no like proper associated event. It was just the Return Chapter 5 cutscene stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, I guess.
It is a bit weird though. It is a bit weird.
Yeah.
But like let's talk about the FF8 banner first. So this is week 1, right? So we are expecting another week of FF8 units. Um, and this week we're getting Rinoa and Angelo as the NV. So this is a fantastic unit, right? Right?
Um, they're not the worst, but not the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I heard that they can do as much damage as Dark Rain. Well, apart from the fact that Dark Rain was GL buffed.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
They would have been not too dissimilar to unbuffed Dark Rain, but
right. So
it's
how do you
still
feel
like
about
top
the
5
LB animation?
animations. I have not seen it.
Oh, okay. So let me try to explain it to you.
Oh
So
dear.
Renoa rides her dog to climax, basically. So it's
Just
interesting.
just stop talking right there.
Like you know what? Actually, I didn't have to explain it to you. You can just go into the app and you can tap that little LB button, top left in the summon banner. And I am not shitting you. That's what happens. Like metaphorically, that's what happens in her LB animation. Okay.
Well, I will take your word for it.
I mean, you could also look at it.
Maybe I will later.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so what is Renault and Angelo, what are they? They are not an SLB unit.
Yeah,
Refreshing.
the shift unit, though, it's one of those ones where the base form is mostly kind of just a worse version of the shift form.
Okay.
But they do a somewhat similar thing to like Nicole and Sakura, where they basically have a big mod boost on Shift LB
Right.
and then yeah, boost a quadcasted move.
Hmm. Which is again, do they have the same problem of it being AoE or
And this one's single target, but I'm
okay?
not sure. I don't think it actually has like a normal chain family, like it's 10 hits. This is
Yeah,
Meteor
somebody said it
Angeling,
was
by the way.
supposed to be like super awkward.
Yeah, it's
It
10 hits, but doesn't. It's like it's not status ray.
yeah, no, and I think Sinzar also said that like it's actually tricky to weave. So of course into double AR
Mm.
it weaves, but literally anything weaves into double AR. Um, yeah, I don't know. But anything like so they are actually a tag chainer in base form. I think that's worth saying. Although it seems to be only
Only
on
on the
the
base
LB.
LB, yeah, which
Yeah,
is a bit awkward. You probably don't really want to use the 60 LB gauge
yeah.
on the base LB.
No, absolutely. And although I guess it's worth mentioning that the base LB and the ability that they are using is actually a physical typed magic attack, meaning that it can be imbued. So that's at least something, right?
Well, it's physical type, but the one with the better mod in shift form
Oh yeah,
also
I meant
does.
base.
It's still yeah. Well, the base one is a little low mod.
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
half the mod, right? Like
yeah,
base is 100x, shift is 200x, and it's
but
not really comparable damage, but I think it's worth mentioning that it's always nice to have an imbuable mage, especially if you
I
don't have
mean,
any other mages.
it's a lot worse than half because I don't think the base one gets buffed by the shift LB, so it's really in the mods you'll actually use them at. It's like 100 versus 475 or 575.
Oh God,
So
okay. Quite a big
yeah,
difference then. Quite a big difference. Good thing you're the math person among us, right? Like that
I don't.
I feel very happy that you can do this for us.
mm, yeah, I don't think being an imbuable mage is one of her strong suits really.
Ah, okay, okay.
But her
All right.
mods for like Quad Tornado and Quad Quake are reasonably comparable to like her more unique skills of Dark Element, so she can kind of use a few elements, but Dark
Yeah,
will
but
be a
they are
big one.
AoE, so unless that get
Yeah,
like until that gets fixed, she's screwed for all AoE moves.
pretty much.
But I guess there's one really good thing about her, and that's the fact that she has the Diablo's field.
That's
So
probably her main selling point beyond her just decent
yeah,
damage.
really, it's like a 30% amp field, right?
hmm
For dark damage, right?
Yeah, so
So really good for like I don't know if we have that many. Well, I mean Sephiroth is
mm,
of course around,
yeah,
but he's
kind of.
starting to show his age.
Yeah, a little bit. Much as sins I would hate to admit.
Yeah, I know, I know. Well, he did say it himself because he actually admitted on Newsday that
Yeah,
he pulled for Knights of Grandshelt because Sephiroth was showing his age. So like
probably.
I feel I'm safe. Sinzar will not beat me, although that does sound awfully erotic. So Sinzar, if you're into it, like hook me up. But I don't think he will. I think he's fine with this.
As if
So
he listens to these anyway.
yes, if Sinzar, that's true. That is true. Lord Sinzar does not listen to these unless he's in them. I heard that he listens 10 times to every episode that he is in. That is the truth. You can ask him in our Discord. Um, but yeah, I guess like, is there anything more to say about Rinoa? Really?
Mm,
Can't really think of
mm,
anything good, unfortunately.
no,
So okay, we're gonna get into that unit now. We're gonna talk about Squall. So, does Rinoa have any gear that will give Squall passive stats?
not really, because her stuff is all just flat magic stuff for like herself.
Right,
Her stuff it works for all FF8 units, but yeah,
but you don't
it
want.
only
Yeah,
has
yeah.
magic on it, not attack.
Okay. And how about her VC and STMR? Since I have to keep up Muspel's
Um,
spirit.
I think the VC is a pretty basic, just like 100 magic base. Gives
Really?
the magic and a little bit of LB damage, and then 500 static magic for FF8 units. So
Yeah.
it's the sort of one of like, it'll be a bit better than other non premium options for Rinoa herself. Otherwise, it's meh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good thing it has a static magic. I mean, like I'm almost thinking like would a 125 card be better in some scenarios than 500 static, but probably not. I guess, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Um. So her TMR is pretty interesting though. Does that actually have killers for all races?
Yep, it looks like it's a 50% Omni killer, both physical and magic.
That's
So that's
very
pretty
nice.
nice. Like it's never gonna be well with everything being dual race and raw strength, that actually is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this is kind of you can equip this always. Like for every dual
But
race.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
sure, you might
obviously
have
selectable.
75% for some, but
But yeah, the fact that you're always getting both killers on a dual race enemy probably does actually make it one of the better killer materials beyond just its flexibility as well.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Moogle any of these you get.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I wish I got one. I've been pulling on this banner, but
Mm,
no. Like I was saying on Newsday how it's weird. Sometimes it feels a bit weird, but I am very lucky when it comes to the games I care for in FFB, which is weird, but it's also actually true. Like take Final Fantasy 6 for example. Everyone knows that's my favorite game, and I haven't used Sirius Lapis on any of the FF6 banners. And I have EX3 of all Final Fantasy 6 enemies, and I have like EX2 of all of them as well, addition to the EX3. And I'm pretty sure my Celeste can be EX3 if I just like if I wanted to EX3 Celestes. Um,
yeah.
And that was true for Xenogears too. Like I just shittered a graph like there was nothing in my way. And I thought it was going to be the same for FF8 because up until now, I have heavily shittered on every FF8 banner. I've gotten every FF8 unit. But no, Rinoa does not want to get fucking pulled. That is, it's terrible. You know how bad I
Maybe,
feel?
maybe you'll see them off banner afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They are in the permanent pool, so I might get lucky. And since I was saying, since I do care about Squall more, the next banner is really what I should be pulling for in order to make Squall good.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think
Um,
it's too massive for him, but
yeah, and which is a nice segue, I guess, into the next unit, which is Lone Lion Squall.
like, oh, by the way, Horatio is just a high magic one-handed throwing weapon. Good
Oh
for
shit,
her.
I forgot that.
Most
Oh,
of us
Muspel
wouldn't
would
use it.
beat me bloody now. Also, Muspel, same offer to Sinzar, stands for you too, so hit me up. Um, okay, but yeah, it is actually very high magic though. Well, I guess maybe not very high compared to DV weapons,
Yeah,
right?
for a one-handed one, it's just decent. But
But it has good variance for one-hand one, right? Like, I mean, the mage variance
mm,
fix will apply variance for one-handed weapons too, right?
well, all weapons, physical or magic, already have 1.15 average variance, which is what this has. But
What? No. This says it has 1.05 to 1.25.
yeah, which averages to 1.15.
Oh, I thought you said 1.05. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
No, no, all one hand's 1.15.
Ah, okay, okay. Sorry. I thought this looked bigger on paper. That's, yeah. Okay.
Uh,
But, okay. Yeah, so it's actually not that impressive. I guess it's good for her because she gets the, again, static magic on it. Can she dual wield these?
yeah, if you get to, I guess. I don't think the magic passive will stack. Often
Oh,
they don't, but I'm not sure actually. They might.
no. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is like a Dark Rain scenario where, you want two, or a Roberta scenario.
Mm,
But
I
yeah.
guess Tiana will like them, or will like one
That's actually a very good point. This is a fantastic weapon for Tiana, now
until
that you
magic
say it.
variants patch.
True. Well, what the fuck will she be using then? I guess
I
equip
don't know.
rod.
I think one of the future units might have a two-handed magic throwing weapon.
Hmm,
They've done those for a lot of different weapon types in future
nice,
units.
nice. I like using Tiana. I like to get excuses to use her. So can't wait for that. Although I think we're still fairly far away. Like it's like 5 6 months or something until we get it.
Mm,
Or
no, it shouldn't be that bad. It should
okay,
only be like 3 months, I want to say,
3 months.
which is
Oh,
still
okay.
kind of fast. But
Yeah, yeah, no, but that's half of what I said, so that's fine.
yeah, I don't even think our like current schedule stuff is 6 months away.
True, true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying things. It's late in the night, and my old man brain is already half asleep.
Yeah,
So I need my evening fap and just go to bed. So we really need to wrap up. I'm just kidding. About wrapping up, I mean, I can go
it's
for longer.
like you know what? I'm fine quitting now.
All right, all right. Listen, I need to get into my boy Lone Lion Squall. Okay, the original edge lord.
I'm sure you
Um,
do.
I like he is cute, okay? Like you cannot like do not deny that shit. Like with that spiky
Yeah,
hair and
I
that,
wouldn't
like
lie.
emo edgelord vibe. Like, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so this is actually a good unit. I just want to say that I'm proud to say that Squall from Final Fantasy VIII is actually a good unit.
Is a decent unit. Is basically another NVA Titus.
Yeah, slightly improved, I want to say,
Yeah,
just because his chronicle weapon is not element locked.
I think that's true, but he also has less flat attack available the way Titus does with like all of Orin and Yuna's gear and stuff.
Hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know where they clock in, but it's kind of like it's this NVA elementless finisher that's going to do decent damage. He also has the same thing as Titus does, where so we should say he's an SLB unit though, right?
Yeah,
And his SLB is 50% ignore, meaning that he double dips on Titus's STMR. So he
and the
gets up to
same,
what, 300x, right?
yeah, same base of 240 with going up to 300 with Titus Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not 415 or whatever the latest unit has that we might be talking about later. But it's good. It's like for and I do want to say one huge thing about Squall. He actually has decent brakes. My guy has decent brakes.
Yeah, for one turn. But
Yeah, but I mean that's like how many turns are you bursting on? Like what game are we playing here?
yeah, but because it's on the burst skill itself, it becomes a bit awkward with order of operations. But
That
yeah,
is
like
true. Like,
if
but
you're
your
needing a
chainers
brake for
probably
other
don't
units,
matter. Yeah. True.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you're using him alone, then sure. But
he does have some other breaks. Like I think he can get up to 85, but I don't think he can break spirit by 85. So that might suck a bit actually, but it's nice.
yeah, he does have. No, I think he just has defense breaks in his
Oh wait,
skills actually.
yeah, because but his LB has spirit, so his LB is
Yeah,
is a full offensive break, but his
and then he
skills
can
only have defense.
50% attack and magic break.
Yeah, that's gonna be really useful.
Wonderful.
Not, yeah. Um, but he's nice. I mean, like he doesn't really get anything else. Well, he does
No,
get this half-ass chaining skill and some mod boosts. But none of them are really relevant that you care
yeah, no.
about.
He pretty much bides his time until the SLB's up.
Yeah. And just like Titus, he also gains a lot by using exclusive ampers because his amps are not 50% like
Yeah,
the premium ones are. So he also gains a lot by like you smack what you want to do is you want to give in the 45% amp, a field, as well as 300% LB buff. And that gives like that scales him a lot compared to a premium unit who already has that.
yeah, he's got the JP non-premium special of
Yeah.
the one use Grandis with the 30% amp.
Yeah. But it's a very nice unit.
JP units.
Like I want to say one thing bad about this unit is that his base LB takes fucking forever. Like it is powerful. It has that big dick energy. I know I mentioned that when he was released on this podcast. But now that I'm farming MK, it takes fucking forever on auto.
Yeah, I'm not using his LB for that reason.
Yeah, I am though. I am. But like it's really taking forever. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Um, yeah, but good unit. I mean, decent unit. This is a unit you really want to pick up and get to EX3 because, like, remember,
Mm,
just last DV people were using Titus to top cap, so
mm.
these
But
units are positive.
just thinking about flat attack in comparison to Titus, because
Okay,
he gets 1,000 at EX3, I think 750 from the Chronicle upgrade of his STMR
for Titus
at
or Squall.
Squall,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
at,
So
and
1,750,
then
yeah.
I think he can get 500 from Laguna's card next week,
Okay,
but that's also only 100 base. Whereas
and
Titus,
no,
yeah, and I think that's it. So like
okay.
2250.
So no, like
And then
TMR or STMR from Laguna, buffing that further then.
I don't think so. Not that
Okay.
I could see at a quick glance. Whereas, yeah, Titus has like the 1000 EX3, 500 from Yuna's accessory, 500 from Orin's accessory, 500 from Orin's card, but that's quite expensive.
Yeah.
And then if you do actually use his upgraded weapon and lock him to water, that's another 1000
Yeah, so that's 1,250 more. That's cool, actually.
if you're using the weapon, or 250 more without.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the if it's water, that's significant though.
Yeah,
1,250
yeah.
attack is nothing to, you know.
So Titus
Uh,
does have like a higher ceiling.
yeah, probably. Yeah, or I mean, definitely, absolutely.
Mm,
Especially if you can go water.
yeah.
Um,
It's a bit easier to get Squall to his higher power.
is it? Well, yeah, because it
His
requires less
yeah,
pieces.
upper
Sure, yeah,
upper end and
yeah,
less
exactly.
expensive pieces.
And I assume their stats, like their flat stats, or base stats, are the same.
I assume that yeah, I haven't checked Titus, but I think they're pretty similar. Standard
Yeah,
NVA level
should probably be. There should not be. Like, is it ace player Titus or
star
something?
player. So yeah,
Star player.
exactly. 339, 369, 390.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, but then Titus is the better whale option. Definitely, he's
Mm,
gonna scale better. But I'm definitely going to bring Squall over Titus because,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
obvious reasons.
another NVA that can actually do a pretty decent elementless finisher contribution,
Yeah, yeah.
which doesn't hurt to have more of.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I have so few, like I did not get Esther. So um well actually I don't have a few. I have Graf, Roberta, Titus, and
Yeah,
Squall. So that's actually quite a few.
and
Never
then
mind. In fact, I guess Esther is the only one I'm missing. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't have Esther. So I that hurts. Like I keep saying that because it actually hurts. It actually hurts not having Esther. But congratulations to everyone that got her. Fuck you all.
you
Um
put Graph instead.
I did. I did. I'm very happy about Graf. He is a very cool unit. Okay.
Anyway, shall we move on to the unit people actually care about this week?
Yes. Yes. Let's do it. Okay. So first of all, like I do not like the sprite. Like I think this sprite is bullshit.
I would say it's thoroughly mediocre.
It's like the sword. I don't know. It looks like this toy thing. It's like everything about this sprite just bothers me. Like they could have done it so much better. But whatever.
Um,
So I needed to say something negative about it because I think we're gonna spend the next minutes talking about how great this unit is, I guess.
yeah, don't worry, my opinion of them is not that high.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. Oh, fine. Well, I mean, okay. So let's talk about let's talk about the basics. So this is a trans shift unit.
Kind of like a new and improved version of Sephiroth, really,
Yeah,
but
true, true. But with the highest LB mod in GL to date,
so
thanks to a
far.
buff.
Yeah, they got a global buff of 50 mod to their second stack of the Shift LB, which is their main damage source. So
Yeah,
that went from 370 to 420 or
yeah.
450 with Tyvis, yada yada,
Which is
usual.
slightly higher than Esther. What does Esther clock in at? 415
It's 375 for Esther.
with Tyvus.
Esther can't use Tyvis
Oh
because she needs to
yeah.
use her own
I
LB
keep
buff
forgetting. Yeah.
skill to 10
So
before.
it's 375, but these I should say they, right? Because it's technically two
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, they refer to themselves as we, so
Oh
definitely
wow,
plural.
is the royal we almost, but actually not because it's a literal
Uh,
we. Okay,
a
yeah,
plural we.
yeah. Okay. But it is so it is a significant change. Although I did like you know throw a quick glance at your sheets, Dream.
Mm.
Not the sheets you sleep in because that would be gross. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I would not. Like I do not have cameras set up in your room. Please do not
I
look
feel so
for any
reassured.
cameras. Please. But Esther outdamages them on the sheet, right? Why is that?
That's because Esther is more self-sufficient with buffs, the it's 350 versus 300 attack, 60 versus 50 amp, 135 versus 130 imperil, and 400 versus 250 of the LB buff.
Ah, all right, all right. So
So
she just has
that's
so much
why
out of the box.
that's why Esther clocks in higher on the wiki sheet. But if you give KoG the full 400
The
attack
Rolex, the massage therapist.
and then well yeah, it's basically the higher attack and the 300 external LB and then either Esther's field as well or premium Fina's field,
Yeah,
then sure they can probably hit harder.
yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, they do have the higher mod, and there's no big difference in stats.
Yeah,
So
their attacks should be of a fairly similar level.
yeah, so they are very strong. They are very strong, and that's one of the reasons this unit has been hyped up. And I think that in GL the hype has been even higher because people have been saying that well, one of the problems in JP when KoG was released was that they are light locked, and I should say that they are light locked. I guess I
Yeah.
just did. Um, but the problem in JP is of course that they have element locked DV stages, right? And I think that Sinzar keeps mentioning this because he went hard for this unit, and I think like the very next DV stage was actually immune to light. So that's like,
JP has been very mean to players who pulled for this unit with
yeah,
their content released afterwards, between DV resistances and all the trials having 500% light resist.
yeah. But that's not a problem in GL because in GL we don't like the final stage of every DV is weak to all, or equally weak, or equally strong against all elements.
It's less of a problem in GL.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's not a problem at all.
Well,
But,
I mean, what's the problem then? I mean, cow, I guess.
yeah, like Clash is still specific elements. EV, we've seen it's not an absolute rule with this Vision World at least.
That's true.
Maybe
Vision
it's
worlds
just
do
Vision
follow a
World.
different. Yeah, I mean, vision worlds definitely follow a different formula. That is true. That's a good point. That's a
We'll
good
see.
point.
TV will potentially change here as well,
But
but
then
I
there's the
don't really see that happening. But
and I guess then there's the side point of just wholly not being your best element.
hmm,
Also,
well,
like,
it kind of is now if you have Premium Fina, but
yeah, I guess. Well, I do have
it's the
premium
best
fucking
overall
Fina
lane.
because she visited me from a 10 ticket. So I wish
Ooh,
I would get something else to go with her.
gosh,
Although I
imagine
guess,
actually pulling envies.
well, that's a 10 ticket. Again, it was the 10 ticket we got. So I
Okay,
don't know like
right,
what you're
right.
excited about because I'm not pulling
I, I,
NVs, okay?
I thought you meant like a 10 pull.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
It's a
I got the wonderful 10 ticket pull of another Cobalt Blade Noctis.
oof. Yeah, I mean, no, Noctis would actually be good if we got unit upgrades, which is, I can't even feel rage anymore as I say that because I'm just, so
You've
beaten up about it.
moved through the stages of grief to acceptance.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Actually, I'm at acceptance. Next stage is probably umami. Okay, so I guess like this is a great unit, like very strong unit. And there's one more thing I think we should mention about this unit that I think many people are looking forward to, and especially Esther fans, I guess. And that's the card, the Vision card.
Mm-mm.
Um, oh,
I
we
mean,
didn't say this is a premium unit though, so
oh
you're
yeah,
getting the Vision card
very
at
premium.
EX3. Keep that in mind.
And that's the big problem. I think before the card and stuff, quickly mentioned that they have like 200% to all killers with their TMR or
Oh,
STMR,
that's a
and
very good point, actually.
I think innate 6 times chain cap as well. So
6 times, really? They don't even need
um,
anything? Wow. Well, I'm looking
no,
at the
it's only
Japanese
5. Never
page.
mind. It's only 5.
It is. It is. Okay.
I just remember someone saying it was 6, but they were probably looking at like the base chain increase.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Because they do have the whole chain modifier stars at 2. But yeah, chain modifier
But
cap
yeah,
only 100% in their kit. Yeah. Yeah.
the big Omni killer is like means they will gear very
But
easily
I mean,
regardless.
that's huge. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's fucking huge. It means that your strongest damage dealer, probably your strongest damage dealer on DV, right, is not eating all your killers either. And I think that's a pretty big deal because I've seen the difference like in my DV scores when like it's a demon or machina killer and I can bring fucking Graf who's set because it gets so much stronger because all of my
yeah,
other units can get the actual killers. So it's that's really, really good. It's kind of like Louise as well. That was a luxury back when people still used Louise for actual damage.
like 2 clashes.
Yeah, ish. Well, I'm poor man's clash clearer, so I use Louise for damage. Many more clashes than two, but
Well,
yeah,
I
it's
didn't get Louise until like Clash 3 or 4, so
oof, that sucks. Well, I mean, you can never say that about Louise. Louise is a fantastic unit. Like with her
yeah,
imperil and her weapon imperil, like she's just always going to be
she's
good.
still handy.
Yeah. But so tell us, why are people excited about this card?
Well, it's basically the physical equivalent of Background's card. So it's got 130 base stat, 500 flat attack for anyone with the physical attacker role. So basically, anyone who would want it can use it and get
Yeah.
this flat stat. So it's just the most raw attack for any physical damage dealer. And 80% attack and 100% LB damage as bonus stats. Also very good.
Very, very. I mean, this card is fantastic, and it beats. Like people are saying, it's less powerful on GL because we got the GLEX card. So if you pull for those, sure, but it's still stronger. Like that's like saying,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, but
The
like
gap
if you
is
have
smaller.
Sephiroth, you're still good. Yeah, you're good, but like this is stronger. So yeah,
The gap is smaller compared to JP, but it's still the best physical attacker card in the game for at least a good few months.
yeah. And I mean, for all of you Esther simps, like this is like you need to pull KoG to get this card on her so you can get your EPin up, right?
Don't chase an EX3 card unless you're on hill.
Yeah. I think Cesar said it well. So I don't know if it changed because but he said like he would probably just try to get one in order to at some
Start
point
slowly
get.
shard dungeoning them.
Yeah, exactly. And I really hope for the same, that I accidentally get this unit at some point. Right now, I'm hard pulling
Mm,
for a Noah instead of them, but well, hard pulling is such a harsh word when I have like 200 lapis to my name, but like whatever lapis I get, I throw at Rinoa. Um,
mm.
but they're good. I mean, they are really good. Like especially if you do go in hard, is like there aren't really that many other units to look forward to that we know of that are going to be much stronger, right? Like
Not
looking at
not
the
for a
crystal
few
ball.
months at least.
Yeah.
Once we
This
start getting into things like Valthir and new premium Titus, then yeah,
yeah.
it starts stepping up a bit. But
Sure. But this is kind of the Sephiroth scenario again, right? Like
mm,
this is a Sephiroth where this unit is going to last you for quite a while, especially in GL
yeah,
when it's not
yeah.
element
I
locked.
mean,
So,
yeah, JP power curve generally does like a jump and then a plateau for a while, and this
yeah.
is kind of the
This is a
next bit of
jump.
a jump.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like if you're waiting to go EX3 on a premium, this is probably a good banner to do so for many reasons: the card, the unit, um,
Now
the
just wait for
memes.
the next global exclusive in a few months to like immediately power, or in a few weeks even to just immediately power creep them.
But you know what? I feel they blew their loads over our collective faces though already by giving us Roberta and Frievia so close to one another. Like, is there any other popular GL unit that they could release a GLEX
Mm,
off?
they could do another olive or something.
Oh my god, don't play with my heart. Oh no. Oh my god.
See,
I
that's but they
yeah,
could
that's true. There's always a GL unit that they could revive. Fuck.
they could do everyone's super favorite Kaito.
Kaito, yeah, that's you know what? That would actually be for the memes. That would actually be funny if they did like a decent Kaito. In fact, you know what? If they actually did an OP Kaito that actually does damage through damage over time, that would be
Yeah,
hilarious. That would
with the
actually be
way
hilarious.
with the way scoring content works, he will not be a damage over time unit
Yeah.
if
Well,
they do him. But
I mean, Riser works despite being a
yeah, but
classical finisher.
I don't know. I think that's a little different.
But what if he does like just 500 times the damage of everyone else? Like then it doesn't matter. He doesn't get chains. Like, yeah,
Then the game goes to its end of service announcement.
yeah, yeah.
If he
But
does,
Kaido is a favorite. Kaido is definitely or a meme
Mhm.
favorite. But Olive is a big fan favorite.
Yeah,
She was like one of the very first GLEXs, right? No,
possibly.
wait, she was never a
I think
GLEX, right?
yeah, she is.
Oh,
She
she is.
was. I think she is the first.
She's yeah. Because I remember I was so
Yeah,
excited when I pulled an Olive because she was so broken. I didn't pull her on her banner. I got her like a while after, but she was so strong.
I
And
don't
she was
think I
so
got her
cool.
for ages, but
So
I'm
yeah,
actually trying to
okay.
remember if Olive was before the original Frivia. Yeah, she was.
I
I
think she
think.
was. I think she was. Yes, I seem to remember
Yeah.
this. Um.
Look at unit list by about a month.
Oh, so I mean, yeah, that's true. They could do Olive because I feel like there's less of a splash when they do original
Mm,
GLEXs nowadays.
I
I don't
think
know.
I think remaking some of the old ones seems to be a bit of a trend now with like
Yeah.
Esther, Roberta thing.
I mean, I don't want to downplay, units like Bulwark or Kresnik. They're absolutely fantastic, but I don't see, the fan response to these units as compared to when they made another Roberta or another Frievia or another Esther, right? Like those had a much bigger wave.
Mm,
So yeah, but I mean, Olive makes sense, right? There's Zon,
yeah,
Zon. There could
yeah.
be a Zon. Holy shit.
Zyrus.
Yeah. I mean, yes, yes. I mean, I don't feel like
Not quite
Zyrus
so
maybe
much,
has.
but
I
yeah.
I think
I mean,
Aiden has a bigger following than Zyrus, honestly.
yeah. Zyrus was always just like kind of a foil to Roberta.
Yeah, yeah. But Zon definitely like they could make another Zon, like just Envy version of Zon that does everything that old Zon doesn't, like copy amps and so on.
I don't
And
think they're making a new version of that. to
Yeah,
be
I think
honest.
they're probably regretting that they ever made Zon.
Yeah.
But
I think they are probably very glad that Zon's original kit doesn't work for amps.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Although you could make like an interesting Zon in some ways too, and I mean, or you could just do it the fucking easy way and just make him a huge damage dealer and ignore everything else.
Yeah, or like a
Uh,
90% breaker.
yeah, or a 90% breaker. That's that exactly. But yeah, there are a couple of units they could bring back to give us some more
Mm.
nostalgia and pulling power. I
I
guess
wonder if they could ever do anything new with the first round of the fan design units.
why the first round.
I don't know, just because it's been a while and they were nice.
True, true. I mean, do you think there's like a legal rights problem or something like that, or it's
Probably
probably theirs, right?
not. Yeah, yeah. I think contractually, like they own the design.
Yeah.
Um,
No, there
but
were
yeah,
some
I don't know.
really good units in the
Yeah,
first batch, though. There were some
mm,
really good units.
I don't think they'll revisit them though, to be honest. But
You know who would sell? I'm just gonna I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't know if many people agree with me, but like Elesperis, if they made an envy of her, I think that would be pretty cool.
honestly, she was my least favorite of the original batch.
Yeah, who was your favorite of the first batch?
Um, Probably Malphasy.
Malphasy is really cool. You're right. I actually forgot she was a design unit. Now that you mention it, shit. Yeah, and I mean she was such a huge deal. Also, thanks to her STMR for such a long time. She was so, but
I
she's
mean,
also just aesthetically really cool.
Ravenheart's still decent, to be honest.
It's fantastic. I'm still using
Mm.
it. Like I don't know. I mean,
I mean, yeah, the GP
I
hasn't exactly released much else in the way of magic true dual wield accessories.
but who else was in the first batch? Remind me. Like
Um,
Malphasy was fantastic.
there was Malphasy Cersei, who was also really cool.
Yeah, that was not
Beryl,
my favorite. Wait, who?
Beryl, the Tonberry with Heaven and Hell mode.
Oh shit! Actually, he would be pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah,
Um, that would be cool.
obviously would work great with the Brave Shift mechanic.
Yes,
And then
yes.
obviously Lesperus you mentioned and Myra.
Oh, Myra, that's true. She was so strong for quite a while. Like she was the best healer for a while in the
Remember
game.
when we used healers?
Yeah, I remember when we used healers. Actually, those were better days. Like I remember when this game actually played like an RPG. Actually, but I don't know. I feel like Elespris, I'm always the underdog person, and I feel like Elespris never got her time to shine when she was released.
Mm,
And I felt like she still had the cool concept of being like this blood wielder. So yeah, I'd like to see her be strong again, honestly.
but again, I think there's a very low chance they do anything with that entire
Yeah, yeah.
set of units,
You know where the
unfortunately.
money is, though? You know where the money is? Everyone knows where the money is. The money is doing another fucking near banner, right? Because
That
that
would be
shit
nice.
sells like hotcakes. Like, I mean, MV2B and NV2A, go fuck yourself. Like, imagine the money they would make. Although I'm assuming
But,
that's also like a license that costs, right? So, like,
oh yeah, probably.
yeah. Didn't no, no, no. I was gonna say like, wasn't there a new near game announced? But there wasn't, right?
There was Rep was it Replicant or
Yeah,
was like the sequel? That was a while ago, but
yeah, that was a while ago.
it was still
Um,
new compared to our near events.
yeah. I guess it's weird that we didn't get a Lost in Paradise collab yet. Actually,
Yeah, well, Strangers of Paradise.
oh yeah, Strangers, whatever, Chaos, the game.
Yeah,
Still haven't played
like
it. Actually, I do want to play
I
it.
think that's one that has to come to JP first, probably because it's a main series. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I would expect to see it at some point.
that's weird. I mean, it's honestly weird. Maybe it just doesn't have character. Although we got fucking Ray Jack, so like that's less of a
I mean,
fetch.
what was the time difference between like 7R releasing and our events or it, like the original
I don't
Rain
think it
and
was
Cloud
huge.
and
Didn't
Mirror?
7R release like in spring? And then we got like August was NVs, right? Oh, wait, but now I'm
I
thinking
don't
about
remember.
our time scale. Okay, I need to look into this. Okay, I'm going to look up when 7R was released.
I'll check Cloud and Mirror.
Yeah, when did they come out? Well, but in JP, right?
Yeah.
So 10th of April 2020. I remember it was in spring that the game was released. So April 10th, 2020. When was Aerith and Cloud released in JP? That was their
Uh,
anniversary, right? So it has to have been summer.
by the looks of it, 30th of April,
Oh yeah, that
2020.
was
So yeah,
really
it was
close then.
actually close.
Wow. Okay, wow. I guess there are some games coming out of Square soon that could also show us some collabs, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but yeah, maybe we'll see like a Stranger's Banner in May on JP.
Could be interesting. Could be interesting. I guess I don't know how many people played that game. Like it got a fair bit. Like you got a fair bit of meme value, but
Yeah.
I didn't see that many. Like although it like to be fair, I heard good things about the game, but it released during the worst fucking period in video game history because you don't release a game on the same time. Like you don't release an action-oriented RPG on the same fucking time as Elden Ring releases. Like
Oh
you
yeah,
can't do
that's
that.
a bit unfortunate.
That was so stupid. Like I mean, honestly, like people do postpone release dates because of that. So yeah.
Mm.
Okay, sorry. We're ranting. We're actually done with this content, right? We've said everything there is to say.
Yeah, yeah, we are more than done with this episode.
Yeah, nothing like not even the EX battle is worth mentioning because that was like people are doing like three man one turn clears. It's like
It's
ridiculous.
certainly a bit easier than the previous ones.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope that all of you that pulled for Knights of Grandshelt that you got your wish and that you pulled a good unit. I hope you can send some energy to me so I can get my fucking Rinoa. But if you don't, that's cool too. Yeah. You dream you're not pulling for any of these units?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I only have like 16k right now, so
Wow, that's a treasure trove. That's a treasure trove. Okay, I have
yeah, but
100 lapis.
I don't get units unless I go to pity on them. So for me,
Yeah,
that's being poor.
yeah, but that's the thing. That's true for me now also lately. So I'm really feeling the burn now. I don't know what to do honestly. Yeah. But okay, I guess that's it for this week, right? Like we should end it
Yeah.
before I say something really lewd. I usually do that at the end of the episodes. Let's not do that today, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye.